All right, what is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Mike Roach podcast. And a few things I want to talk to you about in this episode. Now, I do want to talk about the Toronto Raptors first, but that won't be it. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Ja Morant situation as well. And then I'm going to go into the Toronto Blue Jays just a little bit, not breaking down or analyzing anything like that, but I just want to break down the importance and what that run really did for the city and how it brought strangers together. People who didn't know each other, just coming together for the common goal of cheering on what the Toronto Blue Jays did. So I do want to talk about that towards the end of the show. Okay. Now, first of all, last time I was on here, the last podcast I did, I talked a bit about the Toronto Raptors and them being 1-4, I believe. Did I do anything after that? I don't think so. But I did talk about being in panic mode, right? And now they've kind of, did kind of right that storm just a little bit. They are at 4-4 right now after 8 games, which is good, by the way. And that is good because, listen, I mentioned this to you many times. You got to try to get wins early. You got to try to get wins early. And you don't want to have to panic, especially when the Raptors were not playing against very good teams. Drop a bomb. Cleveland, you get the win against the Milwaukee Bucks. And who the hell was the other team that they played and got the win against? I can't even remember. The Memphis Grizzlies. But those are 3 games, especially Morant's not playing, whole bunch of guys not playing for the Cleveland Cavs in that game. Milwaukee's coming off a tough back-to-back against the Indiana Pacers. You got to lock some of these wins up. You got to lock some of these wins up. These add up at the end of the season when it comes to making the playoffs. That's why I talk so much about getting wins and getting them early. Get them early. Okay, now this was a blowout. This was a blowout. 128-100. Raptors beat the hell out of the Milwaukee Bucks, which is good to see because a few games back, Milwaukee came in and absolutely manhandled the Toronto Raptors. Just manhandled them. The numbers looked a lot better in this game. The Raptors outshot the Milwaukee Bucks 91 field goal attempts to 86. They shot well from 3-point range early on too. Scotty was shooting it well from 3-point range. He went 2 of 2 with 8:57 remaining in that first Q. RJ Barrett was 2 of 2 with 8 minutes remaining in that first quarter. Quick was 2 of 2 for 7:25 remaining in that first quarter. There were 6 of 7 from 3-point range early on in this game. That's always a good sign. That's always a good sign to see your main guys shooting well. Now, 4 times already in 6 games before the 7th game for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis already had 30-plus points and 10-plus rebounds in games. He's an animal. And when you watch him, sometimes he's barreling his way to the basket like a freight train. You got to say, how the hell do I stop this guy without fouling him? Because I can tell you right now, it's almost damn near impossible. And we saw what he did against the Raptors in the first game, which is why they looked very different in this game, by the way. Very different. The Raptors, and this is something that is key, and it has to continue for the entire season, no matter who the Raptors play. They have to be physical. They have to be physical. Scotty was physical with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Scotty ain't some little pipsqueak. Okay, do you see the muscles coming out of this guy's neck? He's a big dude. He's a big, strong guy. You need some of that physicality if you're going to be going up against these guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo. And guess what? Remember how much I told you that I was disgusted the last time when it come to the Raptors and rebounding? They out rebounded the Milwaukee Bucks by 9 in this one, 50-41. And guess what? Somebody was back in the lineup. Somebody was back in the lineup that I was concerned about because I talked to you the last time about his damn back. Jakob Pertl. Jakob Pertl was back in the lineup. So you know what we're going to do for him? We're going to drop a bomb for Jakob Pertl, damn it, because Jakob Pertl came back. He didn't look too bad. He didn't look too bad. He played 20 minutes in this game, first of all, by the way. Okay, 8 points, 9 rebounds. He was a physical presence. That's what we need. You need a physical presence. He was able to alter shots, take up space. You need that from a Jakob Pertl. And I don't want to go through too much of these notes because we're already behind I am behind when it comes to doing this review. But having Jakob Pertl back in that lineup is good, man. And he provides size for you, shot blocking, all of those things. So it's nice to have him back in the lineup. Now, Jamal Shed is also another guy, third off the bench in assists in the NBA. Whenever he comes in, damn it, he's just impactful. And that's what we like about a guy like Jamal Shed. Always in your face, makes the right plays for the most part. His shooting is improving. And I mean, I didn't look at his numbers, but I can tell you what, he's not afraid to get that three ball up anymore. I could tell you that much. And so I never have to get worried when Jamal Shed comes into the game because he's always one of those guys that you know is going to play hard and play hard all the time. Three guys, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, only trio right now to be averaging 20 plus points per game. All three of them. Only trio in the NBA right now to be doing that. Brandon Ingram in this game, 31 minutes, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He didn't have to do too much in this game because, like I did mention to you, it was a massive beatdown. RJ Barrett, 23 points in this one, also had 8 rebounds, 4 assists as well. And, you know, I typically like to watch RJ Barrett from the free throw line because I do want to see some improvement there over what we saw last season. 7-12 from the free throw line. Still want to see that a bit better. But overall, Scotty Barnes, 23 points in this one, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. He had 4 steals, 2 blocks, only 1 turnover. So that's why Scotty Barnes is so damn important. He's one of those. He's like a Swiss Army knife. I've mentioned this before. He could do everything for you. He can do everything for you, and his 3-point shooting isn't looking too damn bad. 3 for 5 from 3-point range, and he's not hesitating either. And I didn't mention, I don't want to see Scotty live behind the 3-point line, but when he's open, or even when he got a defender on him, he looks comfortable. And the only way for him to improve with that 3-point shot is to actually take the shot. That's how you improve. You got to take them in games. That's the only way you're going to be able to improve your 3-point shot. And so I'm not mad at him for taking those shots, and he takes good shots. I don't typically see Scotty force up bad 3-point shots. But overall, I mean, just everything he's doing on defense as well. He's able to guard multiple positions, can block shots. Because he's so active and wiry, big, strong frame, can bump you off the spot. He can jump as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys are intimidated from Scotty from a defensive standpoint. Like he's when Scotty is on, man, he's annoying to play against if you're the opposition because he can really do it. Like there is a lot that Scotty Barnes can do when he's on the court. He can do pretty much everything. Hit you with the mid-range, get you from 3-point range, finish strong at the basket. And that's just from the offensive standpoint. Yes, he can score at all 3 levels at this point. But defensively, what he is able to do for you defensively is also what is great about the one Scotty Barnes. Now, I want to mention a few things before I get out of here for this segment covering the Raptors and Milwaukee. Now, RJ second on the team and drives to the rim. I like how aggressive that he is being. Put down here that Jakob Poeltl definitely looks a little bit more mobile since coming back into that game yesterday. And I mentioned the physicality, very important, not just for Giannis, but for every team around the NBA that the Raptors are going to play. And they threw different looks at Giannis. That's one thing that I liked as well. And I realized that um, Coach Darko did a very good job there because there was times when I saw Barnes on him, Ingram, Pirtle, Mobo, Mamu, Colin Murray Boyles. They threw pretty much everything they had at him, gave him different looks, different physical. It was a good thing to see. And I think they need to come with that aggression against a marquee, strong player like Giannis Antetokounmpo a little bit more often. I like the adjustment that I saw there. It was a major adjustment, and that's what you want to see from Coach Darko Rajakovic. Pirtle was drawing some loose ball fouls, altering shots, as I mentioned. All of that stuff was good, and the Raptors were moving the ball. They were moving the ball. 33 assists in this game on 44 field goals. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So, you know what? We're going to, what's going on with my mouse here? Drop a ball. And I am very proud that I actually finished this in like 12 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. I'm proud of myself. But now, moving on here, folks. I did want to talk about Ja Morant for just a little bit. For just a little bit, because there seems like there is a lot going on here with this brother Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. And so, when it comes to me, if you followed me for a while, I'm always trying to change things up, alter things a little bit, and give the people what they're looking for. Now, I want to try something new here. So bear with me because I hope this works. What I want to do is I want to integrate. I don't know if I'll keep doing it, but I'll do it on this episode and we'll see how it goes. Let's see if I can integrate AI into the show. Now, I am going to use Grok and I'm going to talk to Grok and talk to it about this whole Ja Morant situation and see what the let's just see what it's like. Let's just try and see what it's like. So I will get Grok to explain to those who don't know about the entire situation with Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies what the heck is going on, and then we'll go from there. Let's see how this works. Grok, can you please explain to the people listening to the podcast what the heck is going on between Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies?
All right, so buckle up, podcast folks. Ja Morant and the Grizzlies are in a bit of a messy spot right now. Ja's this electric point guard, all-star talent, but he's had a rough couple years with off-court drama. Back in 2023, he got hit with a 25-game suspension for flashing a gun on Instagram Live. Team was super supportive, got him counseling, all that. He came back strong, but then last season, another 8-game ban for a similar thing. Plus, injury sidelined him big time, and Memphis missed the playoffs. Fast forward to this season, Grizzlies start off rocky, like 0-3 or something, banged up as hell. Ja's back, dropping solid numbers, but just missed one game on a suspension for conduct detrimental to the team. Details are fuzzy, but word is he's clashing with the new head coach, Thomas Isolo, over his role, feels micromanaged, like he's lost his joy out there. And now, trade rumors are swirling like crazy. Bleacher Report's got the Suns as a landing spot, trading for Bradley Beal or whatever. Some say his value's dipped because of the absences and drama, but the Grizzlies swear they're not shopping him. They think health fixes everything. It's like a soap opera, raw talent versus small market pressures and that ticking clock vibe on Ja's behavior. Memphis loves him. Fans chant his name, but if he doesn't gel soon, who knows? Drama City. What's y'all think? Trade or nah?
Now, I want to leave it there for a second, okay? Because this is interesting. I don't know I don't know if this relationship between Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies is going to be able to be repaired at this point. Maybe it can be. Maybe it can be, but I just got a feeling here that Ja doesn't like the coach. I don't think he likes these rotations. Maybe he doesn't even like some of his teammates at this point, for all we know. And there needs to be a new beginning for him, probably somewhere else. Now, one thing that I have learned is that from a guy been around who's worked at Scotiabank Arena, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with the Raptors and their front office, just the NBA overall. Typically, whatever you hear from a general manager, an owner, and they try to convince you of something, whatever comes out of their mouth, just believe the opposite. I'll make it really that simple. Just believe the opposite. It's that simple. Okay? Because you already know. They got to say certain things when they come on the microphone, blah 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 blah. We're not shopping him, and then 2 days later you see the guy get traded. Now that probably won't happen here. It's just an example, but you understand where I'm coming from here. What I'm saying is there comes a point where you're probably going to need a culture change at some time, at some period in time. Things are going to have to change. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like this that was together is like this. And when it doesn't get solved and there's not direct communication, it's going to be this. And they're going to have to move him. They're going to have to move him. Now, I did hear rumblings about the Toronto Raptors monitoring that situation, but I don't think we're going to get into that too heavy just because I don't really like the source of where this one came from. If I hear anything more about it, I'll definitely speak to you guys about it. But the source looked a little suspect. So I'll keep it there. But if you're listening to this podcast, can you please go in the comments? Because I know this is going to come up again. This topic, once again, will be repeated because this whole Ja Morant thing ain't going away anytime soon. Do you think Toronto would be a good destination for Ja Morant if the Grizzlies are willing to trade him? That's the question. Let's see if Grok can answer this one. I have a feeling, AI is kind of funny. They can't handle everything yet, but let's just ask Grok and see what comes up here. Grok, do you believe that Ja Morant would be a good fit for the Toronto Raptors if the Memphis Grizzlies decide that they want to trade him?
Oh man, yeah, I think Ja'd be a killer fit for the Raptors if Memphis pulls the trigger. Picture this. Toronto's guard play's been shaky with Quickly and Grady Dick trying to hold it down. And Ja's that explosive, rim attacking wizard who could unlock their whole offense. Pair him with Scotty Barnes and Grady, and boom, you're talking playoff push in the East. Sure, the baggage is real, his drama, the injuries. But at 26, he's got that superstar upside, and Masai's all about betting on young talent. Trade packages floating around look doable, like Quickly, Agbaji, and a couple picks. Risky? Hell yeah, but high reward. I'd do it in a heartbeat. You buying the hype?
I think Grok needs a little updating here, folks. I think Grok needs a little updating here. Good shot, though. Good shot, damn it. I mean, should I drop a bomb for AI? Should I? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you get?
Happening over here during whole season? I've been calling it back. It's a complete crap.
Take it easy, Tarko. Lord have mercy. I'm just trying something new. Anyway, Enough of Morant and the Grizzlies. The last thing that I wanted to speak to you about is about the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, we all know it's been what, a few days now, 4 days or something like that. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, been about 4 days since they ended up taking just a horrific loss in game 7 of the World Series. I was there in attendance for that game, even though I was working, but I still got to watch some of the game, a decent amount of the game, and pretty much damn near the whole thing. And it was tough not to watch. I mean, I didn't know if this all. I don't know if this will happen again in my lifetime. I had to watch some of the damn game. But hearing some of the guys on the team blame themselves, the pitchers, by the way, guys, come on. For the pitchers, damn it, it was not your fault. Losing that game was not one individual person's fault on this team. You win as a team, you lose as a team. And they played fantastic. They played wonderful. Mistakes made. Of course, it happens. It's a part of it. But the run that the Blue Jays were on this year to lose in game 7, absolutely crushing. But at the end of the day, they played their ass off. I, for one, am very proud of the Toronto Blue Jays because nobody expected them to be here. Nobody expected these guys to be here. So the fact that they got here and competed, played their ass off. I mean, this is the first time that I have ever experienced one of our own teams going to a game 7 in the finals, whether it be, I don't care what sport it's in the World Series, and losing in such crushing fashion. It hurts, man. It hurts because they were 2 outs away. 2 outs away. But I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of hope for this team in the future, what they will do and what they will be able to accomplish. I am looking forward to watching the Blue Jays next season and talking some baseball, actually. Now, I am going to have to call guess in for that one. I'm definitely a bandwagon guy here, but I enjoy baseball. I do now, at least, for the last year or two. But this is actually the first year I paid this much attention to baseball, and learning about the game is it's a tough game, but it's a fun game to watch. But what I wanted to say is this. This is what I love about the power of sports. So I was in a standing section when I was at Rogers Center. I was between home plate and first base. And this is why I love sports, because it rallies the troops, galvanizes you all together. So it was me, and I'm going to be very specific here because there's a purpose for what I'm about to say. I'm standing here. To the right of me, there's a couple. They're together, white dude and his girlfriend. Another lady, white lady, her son. She's buying pizza for people. I'm like, oh, well, this is fantastic. Chinese guy next to me, Indian guy in front of me. Diagonally to the right, there's a Japanese guy. Diagonally to the left, there's an interracial gay couple. And this became our group. All of the people in this circle, we became a group. Right there. Didn't know each other. First time we've all met. But that game 7, all of us became the squad. We became damn it, we're encouraging each other. We're hugging each other. We're high-fiving when things are going down. I mean, it was an unbelievable unforgettable experience. And I just wish that these players for the Blue Jays understand how important and how fantastic it was for all of us to come together, not knowing each other from a can of paint, hugging each other, high-fiving, encouraging each other, coming together. That's what sports can do for you. And that's what the Blue Jays did. Hell, going on in Canada right now, I mean, people are worried about crime. People are worried about losing their job, living paycheck to paycheck, tariffs, companies are leaving. But while these guys were playing, all of that just goes away for a moment. All of us come together. We don't give a damn about what you look like, sexual orientation, all that kind of garbage. Nobody gives a damn. We all come together for one common goal: rooting for our team to win, having fun with each other, being respectful to each other, laughing with each other. We don't know anyone, but we all felt like best friends in that moment. And that was the importance of the Blue Jays having that amazing run to the World Series. Now, it didn't end the way that we wished it did. But damn it, you got to show love and respect for how much they fought in that series. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share the podcast when you can. Please get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about the Blue Jays. Let me know what you thought about the whole Ja Morant situation. Let me just plug in my laptop here. Let me know about what you think about the Toronto Raptors right now. A lot of things to talk about here, folks, but this is the Mike Roach podcast. Always thank you for the support at Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple. Folks, I will be back again soon. Peace. And I'm out.